Everyone thinks AI is coming for Google. ChatGPT changed how people search. AI assistants are answering questions before users ever click a link. And for the first time in 2 decades, Google's most profitable business looks vulnerable. So why did Berkshire Hathaway just put another $10 billion into Alphabet? Not Nvidia, not OpenAI, not the newest AI startup with $1 billion valuation and no profits. Google. At first, this looks strange. Berkshire built its reputation by avoiding technology it could not understand. Warren Buffett famously missed Google in its early years. He watched Geico spend money on Google ads and knew the company had incredible pricing power, but he never bought. Now, with Buffett no longer running the company day to day, Berkshire is doing something very different. It first revealed a multi-billion-dollar Alphabet position. Then, it expanded that stake dramatically. And, in June 2026, Berkshire committed another $10 billion directly to Alphabet. Not as a bet on the best chatbot, but as a bet that, in the AI war, Google can afford to outlast almost anyone. At the exact moment AI is supposed to destroy Google's moat, Berkshire is placing one of the largest bets of the new era on it. Why? The answer is not that Google has already won AI. The answer may be more interesting. Google is one of the few companies on Earth that can afford to survive an AI war. Because AI is not just software, it is power plants, data centers, chips, fiber cables, and billions of dollars burned before the winner is clear. The public sees AI as a chatbot, but behind every polished answer is an industrial machine consuming staggering amounts of electricity and computing power. This is where the AI race gets dangerous. Every major company is spending aggressively. Microsoft is building capacity for OpenAI. Amazon is expanding its cloud empire. Meta is pouring money into models and infrastructure. Nvidia is selling the shovels. And Google is spending at a scale that would terrify almost any other company. But Google has something most AI competitors do not: cash. Alphabet generated more than $160 billion in operating cash flow last year. Google Search is still one of the greatest cash machines ever built. YouTube is a global advertising empire. Android gives Google access to billions of users. And Google Cloud has become a fast-growing business in its own right. That means Google can finance a war that would bankrupt smaller companies. But Berkshire's investment is not simply a vote of confidence. It is also a sign of how expensive this war has become. Alphabet has announced plans to raise enormous amounts of capital to fund the infrastructure behind its AI push. That includes new financing, debt, and outside investors. And Berkshire is now one of those investors. Think about what that means. Google, the company that once printed money from search ads, is spending so much on AI infrastructure that even it is bringing in outside capital. This is not a small product upgrade. This is an arms race, and Berkshire appears to be betting on a very specific outcome. Not that Google will have the best chatbot, not that Gemini will beat every competitor, but that when the AI hype cools down, the companies left standing will be the ones with distribution, cash flow, data centers, and the ability to keep spending. That is the Berkshire playbook. Buy the business that can endure when everyone else runs out of money. But there is a catch. Google is not invincible. AI could change how people discover information. If users ask an AI assistant instead of searching the web, Google's advertising model faces a real threat. Google also faces brutal competition from Microsoft, OpenAI, Meta, Amazon, and a growing list of startups, and massive AI spending can destroy returns if the revenue never catches up. Berkshire knows this. That is why this investment is so revealing. It is not a simple bet that AI will make Google stronger. It is a bet that AI is becoming too expensive for anyone. Without a fortress balance sheet, the market is obsessed with the companies building the smartest models. Berkshire may be focused on something else. Who can afford to stay in the fight long enough to win? In every gold rush, the loudest stories are about the miners, but the lasting fortunes usually belong to the companies that own the land, the water, the power, and the roads everyone else has to use. Berkshire just put $10 billion behind its answer. Google may not be the safest AI bet, but it may be one of the few companies powerful enough to survive the AI war, no matter who wins it.